Well, hello. I just wanted to record this other vlog, I guess. I just had a couple things that have been on my mind lately. And yeah, so I thought I'd just record a little vlog to talk about them, see what your experiences have been in this area. If any of you guys out there are parents, maybe we can chat a little bit. So recently, I think I've discovered, anyways, or have figured out that I'm probably suffering a bit from postpartum depression. And I don't think it's started right after this guy was born. This guy is now 7 months old. And I don't think I started exhibiting symptoms until he was maybe 6 months old, which you know, I guess there's probably so many sort of myths and things running around about postpartum depression. Everyone's so concerned about your state of mental health right after the baby is born. And I guess there is sort of this preconceived notion, and I had it as well, that if you make it past the first few months, you're probably in the clear. Turns out that is not the case. I've done a little bit of reading, and I talked a little bit with my doctor about it, and they said, yeah, there are times where it will sort of crop up later. Again, because it's all sort of about chemical balances, right? And if something goes out of whack, then you just call it depression. I think it's still sort of postpartum. My hormones are still changing, trying to balance back out to before I got pregnant. And I don't think I'm there yet. Obviously, I'm not there yet. I mean, my monthly cycles have not returned. So obviously, things are still kind of changing around there. And I think it sort of coincided as well with a change in my 3-year-old's behavior. My 3-year-old's behavior, I mean, I've talked about it before. He's challenging, and he continues to be very challenging. And some things have gotten better, and some things have gotten worse. So it has made for a bit of an exasperating time for myself and my husband. And hi, yeah. And we just we're just trying to sort of deal with it as we come, and that has sort of resulted in me getting less sleep, being more stressed, and I think that has really contributed to my sort of different state of mind now. I don't really feel it all the time. I just get these, especially in the mornings, I'm very weird. I don't even really know how to explain it, but I'm very, very grouchy. I don't want to get out of bed in the morning. I don't want to do anything in the morning. It's like it takes me a while before everything sort of in my body balances out and I kind of feel normal again. I remember one morning we were going out to, we were taking the kids out to Canada's Wonderland. For some reason, I got it in my head that I needed to fix the screen door in the back. Something about it was really bothering me, and then I just got fixated on it, and I started working on it. And my husband was like, "What are you doing? We are trying to get ready to go out." And I was like, "I have to fix the screen door." And he's like, "No, you have to put that away and get these kids ready so we can go out the door." And of course he was right, but and then I was so mad at him for stopping me. I didn't even know what was going on in my head. And afterwards I sort of looked back on it, and it was a little strange because I felt with absolute certainty that this was something I had to do right now, and if I didn't do it right now, it was going to drive me absolutely crazy. The screen door handle has been broken for the better part of 7 months, probably longer. 9 months, I think the screen door handle has been broken. I never thought to change it or fix it until that moment when we were trying to get out the door. I don't know. I can't even explain what that was. So then that sort of was a little bit of a tip off to me that, maybe I'm not, maybe my brain isn't quite all there yet. And especially not in the morning. I've never been a morning person. I've sort of been forced to become a morning person because of the kids. So, the older one on weekends doesn't sleep in. So between 5:30 and 6 as usual, he comes into our room looking to play, snuggle, or just like jump on us or something, obviously that means we are no longer sleeping. The older one also does not go to bed at a decent hour. We start the bedtime routine at a good time. We finish up the routine for about 8:30. So the idea is that he should be, in bed by 8:30. Anyone who has a 3-year-old probably knows that they will come in and out of their bed a lot. So basically, he comes in and out of his room, and we're constantly just putting him back, dealing with his tantrums, freakouts, whatever, all the way up until 10 o'clock. So that's an hour and a half of, hi, I know you're grabbing my computer. No. Yeah, so by the end of that, we are exhausted because we've just had to go through this hour and a half ordeal. And we do this every night. This isn't just like a one-off. So we've been doing this every night for, I don't know, at least 5 to 6 months. Yeah, so we're tired, right? We're really tired. So 10 o'clock, things are finally calm in the house. And then now I am going to fold my laundry. I'm going to clean things up and, look at, like, empty the cat litter and work on my assignments, study for my exam, like all these things. So I think just I'm getting stressed out by my children. My children are stressing me out. So I think that's been sort of altering the balance of things in my brain. I'm not getting enough sleep. So it takes me probably a good 3 hours after I wake up before my brain sort of settles into something normal. Note to self, I did this. I wrote a pop quiz in the morning while this guy was napping. I made the stupidest mistakes. I read them afterwards. I was like, did I really pick that? I really picked that. And so, yeah, it was one of those times where it felt like I just sort of had a bit of a wake-up call. Now, what am I going to do about this? I don't actually know, because I could see my doctor about it again, I guess, and maybe I should. But talking with other women, I don't want to take any medication because I don't think my depression, if you want to call it that, is that serious. I know I have a little bit of an imbalance before 10 a.m. After 10 a.m., I'm pretty good. But before 10 a.m., I feel like I really should be sleeping. That's what I really should be doing. And so, all of this has sort of led to some stress eating. I've gained back some weight that I had lost. And so that's made me even more, like, I don't want to say depressed, because I feel like it's not really, it has made my mood even worse. I feel even worse about myself. My belly is soft from the kids, but it is sick, it's noticeably chubbier since I've had these issues and the stress eating and stuff. And it makes me feel like, oh God, I'm such a failure. Like, I was such on a good track and now I'm off the rails. What's wrong with me? So, you kind of go down this bad road. And then so I'm sort of like, no, I really have to stop this. I have to look at the good things and try to kind of get my brain back on track. But it's hard. I'm still sort of struggling with it a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys, what do you guys have experience with this or something like that? Again, I had all these sort of strange notions. I thought, okay, this is my second kid. I was fine with the first. I'll probably be fine with the second. But I'm not. My chemicals and things don't seem to be adjusting back the way they did after my first. And I don't know why I expected things to go, my own body to react the same way. Obviously, I never anticipated that my 2 children should act the same or reach the same milestones at the same time. So why am I expecting myself to? I don't know. That's sort of a question that I can't seem to answer. I just thought, well, this is my body. It's done it once before. It's going to do it again, and it's going to do it the same way it did it before. Probably now that I've said it out loud, it seems pretty ridiculous. But I really thought that, and I don't know how many of you else out there sort of think that too. Yeah, so that's sort of what what's been on my mind lately. I mean, I'm gonna be okay. I'm sure I will be okay when, you know, when my older son's bedtimes sort out into more manageable pattern. I don't know when that's gonna be, but it's gonna happen. Everyone tells me it's gonna happen. But if it's now or a year from now, we'll sort of have to see. So maybe I just have to kind of give myself a break for the next year or so until his sleeping patterns work themselves out and not be so hard on myself. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a spare tire around the middle. Whatever. If I need to, I don't know. I don't know what I need to do in order to sort of balance things out a little bit. I don't think it's eating. But exercising doesn't really seem to be helping me in the morning. I'm just a wreck in the morning. The fact that I'm not a morning person has been super exacerbated, and now I'm just a total wreck in the morning. I really don't know what I'm going to do when I go back to work. I don't know. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about that too. Now I'm kind of stressed out about that. So, I don't know. Deep breath, I guess, and just sort of stop thinking about that and just kind of take it day by day. Take my son's bedtimes, like, day by day. Try to erase. You know, like, you just get so tired because you're like, really, you're going to do this again after doing it that last night and the night before and the night before. You know how this works. We leave your room, but, 6 months later, he is still having the same issues, and we're being consistent. We're just continuing to do the same thing. But I don't know. In science, they tell you, like, it's madness to do the same thing and to expect a different result, right? So if you keep getting the same result that you don't want, you're supposed to change things up. So I'm doing the same thing. I keep getting a result that I don't want. But then they tell you that in parenting, consistency is key. You can't keep switching things up. So we've been doing the same thing, and I don't know. Some nights are better than others, and a lot of nights are not good, and they almost invariably wind up with him going to bed at 10. So this video has gone on super long, just with me ranting and being stressed out. But I guess I kind of feel better getting that off my chest. Let me know in the comments below if you guys out there have had any experience with postpartum depression. Did you take any medication? Any ideas for, should I start meditating? Maybe I should start meditating. That might help. Yeah, I don't know. Just how did you deal with it? I'm curious to know. How do you guys deal with bad bedtimes? And is it right? Is consistency the key? Lord knows, I don't know. I mean, my husband's always saying, oh, it could be so much worse. I'm like, maybe it could, but this is the worst I've ever had to deal with. And since I only have 2 kids, I don't really have any reference point. This is to me, bad. So, medically, there's nothing wrong with him. We've seen a doctor. He's just willful is basically what they tell us. And he's just a strong-willed child. I don't know. Anyways, this too shall pass. Well, I hope he stays strong-willed, but this, craziness at bedtime will pass, I'm sure. But I hope it passes sooner than later. And I hope all you parents out there who are struggling too, hang in there. Let's all hang in there. This too shall pass. Alright, hope you're all doing well. Let's say bye, Nathan. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Mwah.